With 4 clans down for the custom card series, I am now introducing to you my Oracle Think Tank support for the series. And this one I took really personally, as we are going to be designing support for Amaterasu in the V Premium series. Now, for all of my V Premium exclusive players, you might be wondering, who is Amaterasu? And it's sadly unfortunate that you have to ask. CEO Amaterasu has been one of the original boss monsters of the Cardfight Vanguard series. She was literally introduced all the way back in the original set of Vanguard and has gotten support throughout the Vanguard game. Now this deck has a G Guardian, she has a Stride, she has 2 evolutions, and she has a V Premium form as well, but her V Premium form, unfortunately compared to everything else that exists, has seen no competitive play. And while she did receive a support, it was support for another deck to make another boss monster better than her. I was not okay with that. So that was honestly the inspiration for this entire custom card series, was not just bringing like life back into these decks that don't do anything now, but there were some cards I felt like just did not get the justice they deserve. Amaterasu is one of them. You introduced a card that had a really powerful effect, and then you brought its evolution in to make the deck a little bit better, but its evolution form only has one solid skill, and that's to make another deck work. No. That's cool. I'm all for the Oracle Think Tank synergy. Oracle Think Tank and V Premium needs as much help as it can get compared to everything else that's out right now, so I'm going to be the one to do that. So I'll be introducing to you my CEO Amaterasu support in this video. Without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and hop right onto it. With that being said, making her V Premium debut, I'm going to showcase Battle Maiden Sayori Hime with the following effect. Battle Maiden Sayori Hime reads, Auto Vanguard / Rearguard Circle. When placed, look at 2 cards on the top of your deck. Put 1 card from among them on top of your deck and put 1 card from among them on the bottom of your deck. Auto Vanguard / Rearguard Circle. When you look at your deck due to the effects during your turn, the units in the same column as this unit get power plus 2000 until end of turn. Battle Maiden Sayori Hime is without a doubt a very powerful card. This card being a solid Vanguard / Rearguard ride, and both effects being Vanguard and Rearguard centric, means that this card can be an early game rush card if you want to start stacking your deck early via effects, or a really powerful booster in the later game with Amaterasu. Like I stated, Amaterasu is a deck that needs a lot of powerful cards to make your Vanguard-centric strategy work just a little bit better. Since she is an older card, she's going to need cards more directly supported towards her to make this work, and Sayori Hime does that. This card offers you the look effect, which means both her and Amaterasu at the same time will gain power via her ability. And the fact that this card synergizes with another card is going to explain a lot of how this deck is going to work. Sayori Hime overall is just a very powerful kickstart to what Amaterasu can do. And with the new card being locked into Amaterasu, the second one we're going to showcase, it is going to be more commonly seen in that deck than others, but I think that overall this could be a generic Oracle Think Tank staple for other decks because of what she does. Making her debut in V Premium, we have Battle Deity Susanoo with the following effect. Auto, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle. Cost, Counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 Battle Maiden Sayori Hime and call to Rearguard Circle in the same column as this unit and shuffle your deck. Auto Rearguard Circle. When your drive check reveals a trigger unit. If your Vanguard has Amaterasu in its card name, cost Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your units, it gets power plus 5000 until end of turn. But with that being said, let's talk about it. Battle Deity Susanoo is an Emtrana clone. I'm just going to be honest here. I was looking at some of the very strong support that V Premium has now, or the best decks have, and I feel like this is completely fair and warranted. Susanoo being introduced Battle Maiden Sayori Hime is another search and look effect that will stack automatically 10,000 power onto your CEO Amaterasu. Battle Maiden Sayori Hime has the potential to look at your Goddess of the Sun Amaterasu and make your Amaterasu Vanguard's day a lot stronger. That is the goal of this deck, which is to make Amaterasu as huge as possible, also consistently looking at pieces in your deck to increase your chances of seeing triggers during your drive checks. Removing as much probability as possible and then calling out a new card is completely fair in my opinion. A lot of decks at this point, I believe in all clans, have some form of superior calling, and Oracle Think Tank getting that to me is not that big a deal, especially in a form like this. Susanuo's first effect is generic while its second effect is locked into Amaterasu, and Sayori Hime is just overall a really good card. But these two cards do support Amaterasu by giving you those strong rear guards and fetching out those pieces to make your rear guard columns just as scary as your Vanguard if your Vanguard were to be perfect guarded. Now, when it came to introducing the grade 3 support of this deck, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of tricky. I could have picked an old G unit, I could have picked one of her evolution forms, but I decided to do something different. Now, this is a deck that I never really saw much play for. I don't even know if it was competitive, but I did play this deck when I played Amaterasu back in the old days. So I wanted to give it its V Premium debut and the just it deserves, which is Goddess of the Treasure Mirror Ohirume, making her V Premium debut with the following effect. Auto Trigger Zone. When this card is revealed for your drive check, if your Vanguard has Amaterasu in its card name, cost Counterblast 1. Call this card to a front row rearguard circle and your Vanguard gets drive +1 until the end of that battle. Act Rearguard Circle. If you have a Vanguard with Amaterasu in its card name, declare a card name and reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card is the card you declared, put this unit into your soul, countercharge 1, and draw a card. This ability may only be used by a card with the same card name once a turn. Now, Goddess of the Treasure Mirror Ohirume had her original design actually made by another Legion-based grade 3 card. Dragonic Kaiser Crimson was the Legion mate for Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, who also got a V Premium evolution. I used the first effect of that card and applied it to this card, as since these are both the grade 3 evolutions or the grade 3 Legion mates of your older support cards, I figured the first effect was completely fair to use, and it gave Amaterasu multi-attack. Since this card is locked into Amaterasu specifically, you can take advantage of either Amaterasu on the Vanguard circle and stack this card on top to gain an extra attack and an extra drive check. It's also a very powerful resource management card, as its second effect is an act ability, meaning if you're falling behind in terms of resources, this card will give you everything it needs, just like it used to back in the olden days. I had to lock Goddess of the Treasure Mirror Ohirume to a once per turn because I definitely can see people abusing this to play a bunch of weird sort of... I had to lock this card in the once per turn because I did not want it to be a super accelerant for the Deer strategy. While I definitely do think that Amaterasu is a deck that would probably take advantage of that one the best with this support card, it just gives you access to all the other boss monsters that Oracle Think Tank has, and they do have some strong ones. Besides the Deer, I know that they have Guard Restrict, and I also know that they have other powerful power-up when revealed cards as well. But Ohirume works with the other support such as Battle Maiden Sayori Hime, Amaterasu, and can set up for your Battle Deity Susanuo's second effect to give more power to one of your rear guards if you reveal a trigger. This means that at any period in the game, Amaterasu will have access to multi-attack, superior calling, and then just being an overall very strong Vanguard, as she should have been in Season 1. I definitely feel solid about this new support that I've created. I think that Susanuo, Sayori Hime, and Ohirume all make Amaterasu a standalone deck, as since Susanuo's second skill and Ohirume's entire ability is locked into her, you're going to have to play these cards together to make a Vanguard-centric deck that focuses on making Amaterasu as strong as possible, while powering up your rear guards via trigger effects and increasing your chances of seeing a higher probability of just the cards you want to, thanks to all the drawing, revealing, and searching that happens with these other cards. But then again, these are custom cards, so I'm very curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are about this. What do you think about the new Amaterasu support? I did post this in Facebook at one point, and a lot of people said if you change this to Susanuo support, you could actually bring this card back up a tier. So if this could bring to Susanuo up to a tier 1 deck, tell me what you think it'd do for Amaterasu. Let me know down in the comment section below, or let me know on the next custom card video I have coming out later this week. I'll see you soon, card fighters. Peace.